Are you preparing for an interview? Or you are planning to change the job and looking for an interview likely to come up? Well friends, in this video, I'm going to cover all the most frequently asked interview questions in India and also some suggestive answers that I can add based on my experience. Well, whether you are a fresher, whether you are a middle experienced person, or whether you are a senior director, the moment you get a call that you have to come for a face-to-face interview, it creates a buzz in your mind with excitement. But at the same time, there is always an element of nervousness that also creeps in. Why? Because you are not too sure that what kind of questions that the interviewer is going to ask and what kind of appropriate response you are going to give it back while you answer those questions. You may have read few questions, you may have your own experience in the past, but still there is always an element of nervousness that what is the right way to ensure that you not only crack that interview, but also you are confident in your approach when you answer that. Well, in this video, the questions that I'm going to talk about, they are the most frequently asked questions in a job interview in India. But at the same time, I'll also give you my suggestive thoughts, some answers that might be of some use to you when you are answering those questions that will increase your probability of cracking the interview. So if you are with me, then let's get into those questions, let's get into those answers, and let's see how you can imbibe them in your case, in your interview that you are planning for. The first and the foremost question I normally ask in my interview is, tell me about yourself. So it's not just about me, but 99.9% you will get this as your very first question. Tell me about yourself. Now, why people ask this question? The very simple reason is they want to first make you comfortable. Number two, they want to see that how do you express yourself. In other words, what are your communication skills, how you are able to summarize your thoughts, your presentation skills, and many more things are released while you are talking, your body language, your non-verbal communication that you exhibit when you are answering this question. So I have already covered in my other videos that tell me about yourself, but still for the benefit, I'll say that try to highlight your skills, your experience vis-a-vis the job that you have applied. So if I have to answer this, for example, if there is a job which is related to a sales manager position, I'll put it something like this, that I have got around 10 years of my work experience, out of which 4 years as a managerial experience. And in the last assignment that I had a very successful stint. I have been a performer throughout my career, and basis which I have been able to achieve my targets and my team has been able to achieve sales incentives month on month. The moment I got to know about this opportunity, I felt that I am quite suitable for this position and I have the skills and the processes, knowledge of those processes that can help in making the business bigger and stronger. So that's the reason I have applied for this role. So in a very brief short, you have explained. Now, you may say that I have not covered my education, my family, because all those background stuff, maybe it's already mentioned in my CV and the interviewer must have read about it. So I don't have to go into all those details. I need to be straight to the point, tell them that what they are looking for and what all I have, and I am to the point, straight to them. So the next question they may ask you is that, why do you think that you are suitable for this position? Now, very clearly, you need to connect your current experiences, your current education, and your skill sets relevant to the job that you have applied for. If you can connect those pieces together, you will be able to put across the points that why you are the right fit for this job. So let's say, for example, taking the sales manager example, I'll put it like this, that in my current role, I have been successfully managing team and complex situation in making sales with different customers at different intervals of time, due to which I was able to create breakthrough success, business and achievement of my targets. And due to which I feel that this current position that you have offered has a similar requirement. So there are certain skills that I will bring along with me, and there are certain skills that I really want to develop over a period of time, maybe negotiation skills, maybe advanced problem solving skills. I will try to sharpen them if I get an opportunity in working this role. So that shows that you are looking forward for growth in the role and not just that you have to repeat what you have already done in the past. So that gives a message to the interviewer that you are a person who is looking forward to do new things, that you still have the hunger to learn new things, and that is what will make a lot of difference. So the next question can be, what made you to apply for this job? Well, in this question, please understand the interviewer is asking a very hidden question. Is your excitement, your enthusiasm towards this particular role? Now, based on the job description, whatever is written, you need to go thoroughly and then connect it with your skill sets, your experience, and the kind of success that you have carried out in your past role. So if I have to answer the same question, that what made me to apply for this job, I will simply say that based on my experience as a sales manager, I have been very successful in leading teams. I have been able to get the team to reach the vision what we have envisaged at the beginning of the year, and I have the capability to lead a large team. And the moment I saw this job opportunity, I found that since I have that capability of leading the team, I feel in your organization or in this role, I will be able to do it in a more skilled way, and I will be able to apply all the skills that I have gained and gathered in my past role and can benefit the organization. So that makes me fit for this role, and your organization being a growing, progressive, and having a good pipeline of products made me excited to be a part of your team so that I can pass on those skills and learn and acquire new skills to sharpen myself and make myself grow along with the organizational growth. Now you can simplify it in your own words, but this is the way you need to talk about that, how you are valuable to the organization, the kind of excitement and enthusiasm you have for the role. The next question is that what strengths do you carry? Now, in this question, a lot of people make mistakes sometimes with respect to a list of strengths they talk. And many a times that strengths do not match what is written on the CV. So you have to be very particular when you are sending your CV. By looking at the job description, you see what exactly they are looking at and what are your strength areas. Now let's say that if it matches and the question is posed on you, very simply and very gently you put it across only one or two very important strengths that are relevant to the job, because if you talk a list, it will not make any sense. So if we take the example of sales manager, I would definitely put two very important examples. One is leading the team. So you can talk about that as a team leader. This is one of my strengths, to take my team along with me and develop my team time so that they are more skilled and more sharpened in doing their work more effectively. Or maybe the second skill that I can add is I have a very strong problem solving skills. So that is where my decision making and my analytical abilities are extremely high. And then you can connect that with some of the recent past examples, that how you were able to apply those skills and that made, your organization got benefited out of it. So by connecting those pieces with examples can help you to put across why your strengths are relevant to the job that you have applied for. So the next question can be, what are your weaknesses? Or sometimes this is also frequently asked, what are your developmental areas? So you have to be very cautious about what you respond, because if you say something with respect to some of your competencies which are relevant to the job that you are applying for, then it may go against you. Let's say, for example, you may say customer relationship management is what you're working upon, can definitely go against you. Or for example, team management skills, it will definitely go against you. So what you have to think about is that what are those areas that can complement to your work, and they are also your developmental areas. So a few tips can be, for example, I'm working on learning advanced Excel skills that will help me to do and develop my analytical skills. Now, you may also say that I have invested money in terms of enrolling myself into training programs and I'm working on this. And if you are really genuinely doing it, show them that this is what you have done so far. Or for example, that you may say that you are very good in customer relationship management, and right now you are trying to build up a new model that can solve the problem remotely when it comes to customer management. So think about innovatively that you are working something in advance than at a very base level. That can help you to answer this question little more effectively. So the next question is that what are some of your significant achievements? I think this is one question that is very, very relevant to your work. And so the next question is, what are your significant achievements? A lot of time people misjudge this question and they start talking about something as a big order or something which is not that significant. So when it means significant, it means something which has happened in a superlative format. Maybe you were rewarded as a highest category award, or you achieved, let's say, incentives to the topmost category, or you were sent for a special program because of certain achievement. Now this is something that one has to highlight that very quickly. And when you highlight your achievement, talk about the journey that you have been through when you started. I'm sure that was the time when it was difficult. What did you do during that process? What kind of learnings that gave you, and how did you made that impossible possible, due to which that achievement has become a superlative achievement. If you're able to make that difference very clearly, you will see that the interviewer on the other side will take a very clear impression that this person knows, he understands that how he has been able to do that achievement. And a lot of people miss out on this part of the piece which I just mentioned. They are not able to highlight their journey from where they were and how did they reach to that achievement level. And that's where they miss out. Pay attention to this. The next most frequently asked question is, what are your future goals? Or where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Now, whatever way this question may be asked, you have to be very clear about what are your goals, what are your ambitions that you really want to achieve, and how you will be able to have that learning curve for yourself that you can reach that goal. So for example, you want to be a marketing head. Now to reach that position of marketing head, what are the skill gaps that you have right now and how you are going to cover it? So how you can add value, how you can create more learning for yourself. If you talk all these pieces together, they will know that you are clear about your goal and you also are clear about how you are going to reach about it. So understand those areas in advance. That's why I said your preparation is the key for a successful interview. The next question, which is most frequently asked, is if you join our organization, what would be the first top few things that you will ask your sales head or your immediate boss on the date of joining? Now, let's take the example of a sales manager. If I'm joining as a sales manager and I have to ask the top 10 things with my boss, that would be number one, tell me all about the team. What kind of team do I have? So I don't have to ask, tell me the name of the team member or their behaviors. I'll simply ask them, show me or share with me the last 5 years or 3 years appraisal sheets of my team. The moment I'll ask that, it clearly shows that I know my basics very clear. Or maybe I'll ask that, what are the sales trends over the last 3 years? What has been the outstanding that is pending in the market? Now that also shows that you're concerned towards the overall, the core goal of your job. Now, if you are able to think critically, and able to prioritize those 10 things at the spot itself, I know that even if you make 6 or 7 things correct, I know that you have that thinking ability with you. So pay attention to whatever job that you are going for, what exactly that job need is, and think about what are those 10 or 5 things that are needed at the most at that time, and it should come instantly, because the more you prepare, the better you would be in such questions. And now we come to one of the most frequent question asked in the last, that is, do you have any questions for me? Now, a lot of people think that's the end of the interview and they feel their body language just drops down and they feel more relaxed, which is not correct, because this is the time the interviewer is still evaluating you. So a lot of people don't even ask questions. They say, no, it's fine, thank you. Well, that's not the right approach, because interview is a two-way process where two people are communicating with each other. So it's your right, it's the best way to ask questions. But the point is that what kind of questions should I ask? So very simple, very clear, very easy and very simple. You have applied for a role. Ask them that what is the ideal person for this role that you are looking for. That gives you a perspective that what exactly they are looking at when they have to hire somebody. Number two, you can ask that how is the career growth in your organization? What kind of career paths that you have? How do they promote people internally? What is the process? Once you start asking this question, it clearly shows that you have an intent of getting into the organization, as well as you are looking forward for a development for your own self. So if you ask some of these questions, they will definitely encourage the interviewer to answer you in a detailed way. However, asking too many questions can dilute your candidature. So limit your questions to one or two like this, and have a patient listening and interest when the interviewer is telling you this. Well, friends, these are some of the top thoughts that I had, and these are some of the top and most frequently asked questions in any interview, and I have given you a gist of some of the very important responses that I thought would be relevant. You really need to connect that with your job role, with your way of your case in responding to those questions. Feel free to write back to me if you have any further questions in your mind and still not answered here, or about your feedback, that how did you like those questions and the responses that I gave, and any other topic that you want me to cover in my next video. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching me, and stay connected on Coaching with AT. It's Arun Tukra.